All right, everybody. I'm gonna stick my foot in my mouth on this one. Definitely, probably make some people mad. Being an oafish Marduk, but I just want to get out there and condemn publicly the Indian caste system. I think that's the most disgusting shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck the Indian caste system. Hell no. Fuck that shit. Because I'm American. But it's like, no, I don't agree with everything America does or says. No, fuck that shit. I don't. We do a lot of evil shit in the world. But this idea of merit, it doesn't begin with America. Like, Genghis Khan fought a Mongolian civil war between aristocracy and merit, and he was on the side of merit. And guess who won? Merit, right? Like, it's just so disgusting. The Indian caste system is so fucking disgusting. And I'm publicly out here condemning it today. Just like just like the British caste system is disgusting. Like, I'm an American. Fuck the British caste system. Like, how fucking disgusting. Like, the British are able to overcome their caste system because, or historically, not today, but like historically speaking, if somebody who merited something came from the underclass, they would just give him a title and award and pat him on his head, right? But they wouldn't actually want to breed with him. Or maybe they would, but they'd take him into them as long as he didn't go to the other side. Like, the British caste system is disgusting. And it's the downfall of the British people today. Fuck the British caste system. Like, as an American, I always learned about freedom and all that shit. And most of American history is just fucking propaganda. But the idea of that propaganda, as opposed to the reality, which is a separate thing, um, is just so against this British caste system, right? Well, because like in America, we pretend that we don't have aristocrats, but we do. They're just secret. Um, Unlike in Britain where they're public, so it's just different. But yeah, that's all the British did. If someone from the underclasses came up who merited something, they just pat him on the head, gave him an award, and praised his name, and that's all you need to do. Like in the Book of Enoch, it talks about the evil angels, the fallen angels, and the top evil angel was all about false praise and false condemnation, right? And it is false praise because who's giving the praise? People who don't deserve to give praise, which is the problem with the caste system, right? Um, like my dad is a dark skinned man. Now he's mixed. He's totally fucking mixed on his mom's side and his dad's side. He's a mutt, just like most Americans, but he's a southwestern mutt. So he's got a lot of dark skin from a lot of different Native Americans, and he's got a lot of white skin from a lot of Europeans. Um, but his grandmother on his father's side was full-blooded Apache, and she was dark skinned, and my and her husband was a white guy. Now, what I heard was that he was supposedly a Sicilian who was running from trouble in Sicily and pretended to be a Baldonado here in America because he changed his name. But other than that, he might be Spanish. I don't know. But he was a white guy, and half her children came out dark, and half her children came out white, right? Which is what happens sometimes. It's like sometimes we're a mix, sometimes we're more like one parent, sometimes we're more like the other. It's just a surprise, like children should be. They shouldn't be gender revealed, and their whole lives shouldn't be planned before they exist. Disgusting control freaks. But my dad, who he had dark skin, very dark skin, or does have dark skin, you know. Um, I tend to get my mom's skin color, but I tan really well. No, I do. I fucking tan sexy. Um, and I got a lot of my dad in me. Oh my god, I do. I know I do. I got a lot of Apache in me. But my dad was the top student in New Mexico. He was the top fucking student in New Mexico, which is not saying much because New Mexico's not a big place, but he's a very smart man. He is. He's a very smart, intelligent man. And so to me, the caste system is just so disgusting because a dark-skinned man can be more merited than light skin and vice versa. And it's about the heart. It's not about the skin color or what family you were born into. Like how pathetic. Like you think you're special because you were born into an important family? You're pathetic. You're pathetic. It's a pathetic society, a caste system society, or a dynastic society. You know what I'm talking about? You hear what I'm saying out there? Dynasty. Oh, my daddy was special, therefore I'm special. And sometimes your daddy wasn't even special. He was just the top dog of an evil collective. But anyways, that's a different story. We're talking about the caste system, not some other societies out there. um, I love the Indian people. And I think the caste system keeps them down. Like, fuck that. No, it's about the heart. It's about ability. It's about the individual. It's about who you are. It's not about what family you were born into or what caste you were born into. Like, ew. like I've got a lot of blood in me. I've got Welsh blood, English blood, Irish blood, Scottish blood, German blood, Apache. I've got more types of native blood in me, but I just don't know my dad's history the way I know my mom's history, because I had this white racist guy who went into my mom's history because it was his history, and he's my family, my mom's uncle. But no, I shouldn't go that far. But anyways, no, no, he So I know I have a lot more native blood in me because like my dad's mother, dark skinned. Again, he's what would be called Hispanic. So I also have Spanish blood in me, right? And like I'd learned Spanish history, and I'm like, oh my god, these guys are fucking balls compared to many other people on the planet. And that's just the history that they were born into. Um, Although I see the same in English history, pre yeah pre-modern times, because the English have just gone so far south, man. Oh my god. And they're feeling it today, right? This is the generational curse catching up with them, and they're the generation that has to suffer for all their parents' sins. And but and I love history, but one time I was learning about Mexican history, and I was so embarrassed because, like, at the time I was like, oh, I'm Hispanic, I love being Hispanic, but then I learned about the Mexicans, and then I learned that they had a caste system too, and they had gradations of how Spanish and how white you were, right? And it was just disgusting. It was just like these Mexicans were totally fucking disgusting. No wonder they're at the bottom today. No wonder they're at the fucking bottom today, right? Because they were totally caste. It's like the more Spanish and the more white you were, the topper you were. Like that? No, no. The best Jew is the most deserving Jew. That's what the Torah says. It doesn't have to do with family. It doesn't have to do with this or that. It has to do with who touches God's heart the deepest. um, and I wish the Indian people the best. And the best thing for the Indian people, and the best thing for this world, is the death of the Indian caste system.